Roman Reigns returns with mysterious partner script, so WWE just did the unthinkable. They brought back Roman Reigns with a mystery partner, and I'm about to tell you why this is either the most brilliant or the most catastrophically stupid decision WWE has made in 2025. And before you come at me in the comments, hear me out, because what went down on SmackDown isn't what you think it is. Roman Reigns disappeared. Vanished. Gone. 4 months, we heard nothing. No social media posts, no cryptic videos, nothing. The Tribal Chief went completely silent after losing the undisputed WWE Universal Championship, and the entire wrestling world has been losing their minds trying to figure out where he went and when he'd come back. Well, he's back. But he didn't come back alone, and that's the problem nobody's talking about. Let me paint you the picture of what happened on SmackDown. The show's going along, business as usual. Cody Rhodes is in the ring cutting a promo about his title reign, talking about the open challenge, doing his thing. The crowd's into it. Everything seems normal. Then the lights go out. Complete darkness. The arena erupts because everyone knows what that means. But here's where it gets interesting. When the lights come back on, Roman isn't alone in the ring. There's someone standing right next to him, hood up, face covered, and Roman's just standing there with that smirk we all know too well. Now, before I tell you who the mystery partner might be, let me ask you this: was Roman's return too early? Drop your answer in the comments because I need to know if I'm crazy for thinking this. The crowd went absolutely nuclear. Chants of Tribal Chief echoing throughout the arena. But Cody Rhodes looked confused. Actually, scratch that. He looked concerned. And that's when Roman grabbed the microphone and said 8 words that sent shockwaves through the entire wrestling industry. I told you I'd come back for what's mine. What's mine? Not my title. Not the championship. What's mine? That's possessive. That's personal. That's Roman Reigns telling every single person in WWE that he owns this company, he owns SmackDown, and he's here to take back everything he believes belongs to him. But why does he need a partner? Roman Reigns has been the most dominant force in WWE for 4 years. He beat everyone. He conquered everyone. He humiliated legends. So why on earth would the Tribal Chief need backup? Let me tell you what WWE doesn't want you to figure out. This isn't about Roman needing help. This is about Roman building something bigger than the Bloodline ever was. Think about it. The Bloodline imploded. GUSO betrayed him. Jimmy USO chose his brother over his Tribal Chief. Solo Sikoa tried to take over. Sami Zayn turned his back on him. Paul Heyman is managing who knows who now. The entire family structure Roman built crumbled to pieces. So what does a king do when his kingdom falls? He builds a new empire. And this mystery partner? They're the foundation of that empire. The wrestling community has been going absolutely insane trying to figure out who this person is. Twitter's been on fire. Reddit's got 1,000 different theories. Everyone's got an opinion. Some people think it's LA Knight finally turning heel to join forces with Roman. Others believe it's a returning superstar like Bray Wyatt. Wait, that's insensitive, let me rephrase. Some think it's a major return. Others are convinced it's someone from NXT getting called up. But here's what's driving me crazy: WWE has been dropping breadcrumbs for months, and nobody caught them. Quick question for you: who do you think the mystery partner is? Comment your guess below, and let's see who gets it right when it's revealed. Let me break down the clues WWE has been leaving. 3 months ago, during a random SmackDown episode, there was a 30-second backstage segment where a production assistant got knocked over by someone in a hurry. The camera barely caught them, but you could see a flash of tattoos on their arm. 2 months ago, during a commercial break that accidentally aired in certain markets, you could hear someone talking to a WWE producer about preparing for the Chief's return. 1 month ago, Roman posted a single image on Instagram: a chessboard with one piece standing and several knocked over. The caption? Checkmate takes patience. Connect the dots. Roman's been planning this return for months. He's been strategizing. He's been recruiting. This wasn't a spontaneous comeback. This was calculated. This was the Tribal Chief doing what he does best, staying 10 steps ahead of everyone else. And this mystery partner? They've been in WWE this entire time. They've been hiding in plain sight, and we've all been too blind to see it. Now let's talk about what happened next on SmackDown, because it gets even crazier. Cody Rhodes, to his credit, didn't back down. He stepped forward, title over his shoulder, and challenged Roman right there on the spot. He said, "You want what's yours? Come take it." The crowd exploded. This is what we've been waiting for. The American Nightmare versus the Tribal Chief, round 2. But Roman just laughed. He actually laughed in Cody's face and said, "Not yet. Not yet." What does that mean? Roman Reigns has never backed down from a fight in his life. He's the guy who main event WrestleMania multiple years in a row. He's the guy who held the title for 1,316 days. He's the guy who beat John Cena, Brock Lesnar, and Edge in the same year. So why is he playing mind games instead of taking what he wants right now? Because this isn't about the title. This is about revenge. This is about making everyone who turned their back on Roman suffer. Think about everyone who's wronged the Tribal Chief. GUSO is on Raw doing his own thing, getting main event pushes. Jimmy USO is tag team champion with his brother. Sami Zayn won the Intercontinental Championship. Solo Sikoa has been running roughshod over SmackDown trying to claim the Bloodline's legacy. Paul Heyman is managing other talent. Everyone who was part of Roman's empire is thriving without him, and that eats away at Roman Reigns more than losing the championship ever could. So here's what I think is happening. Roman isn't just coming back for the title. He's coming back to destroy everyone who dared to succeed without him. He's coming back to prove that without the Tribal Chief, none of them matter. And this mystery partner? They're the weapon Roman's going to use to systematically dismantle every single person who betrayed him. Let me throw some names at you. Could it be Randy Orton? The Viper's been teasing a darker side lately, and an alliance between Orton and Reigns would be absolutely devastating. Could it be Drew McIntyre? Drew's been vocal about feeling disrespected by WWE management, and aligning with Roman could be his path to the main event. Could it be Braun Breaker? The NXT powerhouse has been ready for the main roster, and imagine Roman using Braun as his enforcer. Could it be someone we least expect, like LA Knight or even Theory turning heel? But here's the theory that keeps me up at night. What if the mystery partner isn't a wrestler at all? What if it's someone from Roman's past who has even more influence than we realize? What if it's someone who can manipulate matches, control opportunities, and guarantee Roman gets everything he wants? What if this mystery partner is someone in a position of power within WWE itself? Think about it. Roman's not just smart in the ring, he's a political mastermind. He knows how the business works. He knows that having power backstage is more valuable than any championship. What if Roman's been gone these months not to heal or take a break, but to secure alliances with people who can rig the game in his favor? What if this hooded figure is just a distraction, and the real partner is someone pulling strings behind the scenes? Here's a thought: when's the last time WWE brought someone back with this much mystery and intrigue? Comment below with the last time you remember WWE keeping us guessing like this. The SmackDown after Roman's return was absolute chaos. WWE wasted no time capitalizing on the buzz. They announced a tag team match for the following week: Roman Reigns and his mystery partner versus Cody Rhodes and a partner of his choosing. The stipulation? If Roman's team wins, Roman gets a championship match at the next premium live event. If Cody's team wins, Roman has to reveal his partner's identity immediately. The stakes couldn't be higher. Cody now has to find someone he can trust to go to war against Roman Reigns and a complete unknown. Who does he pick? Does he call in a favor from someone on Raw? Does he team with Kevin Owens despite their rocky history? Does he try to recruit one of the Usos? Every option comes with risk. Meanwhile, Roman's sitting back knowing he's already won the mental game. But let's address the elephant in the room. Social media has been divided on this whole thing. Half the fanbase is losing their minds with excitement. They're thrilled Roman's back. They're invested in the mystery. They're ready for this new chapter. The other half? They're furious. They're saying WWE is repeating the same mistakes. They're complaining that Roman's going to dominate again and bury younger talent. They're arguing that we just got rid of the Tribal Chief storyline and don't need it back. And you know what? Both sides have valid points. Roman Reigns is arguably the biggest star WWE has. His merch sales are insane. His segments consistently draw the highest ratings. When Roman's on the card, people tune in. That's just facts. But at the same time, WWE spent the last year building up new stars like LA Knight, Austin Theory, and Grayson Waller. Are we really going to put them all on the back burner again for another Roman Reigns title reign? Here's my controversial take, and you're probably going to hate me for this: WWE needs Roman Reigns more than Roman Reigns needs WWE. And that's exactly why this return works. Roman knows he's the draw. He knows WWE struggles without him. So he's coming back on his terms, with his partner, ready to build his empire. He's not asking for permission. He's not playing by the rules. He's forcing WWE to revolve around him again, and there's nothing anyone can do about it. The mystery partner angle is genius because it keeps us talking. Every week, we'll be tuning in trying to figure out who it is. Every week, WWE will drop little hints and clues. Every week, the speculation will build. By the time they finally reveal the partner, the payoff will be enormous. Whether we love it or hate it, we'll all be watching, and that's exactly what WWE wants. Let's talk about the potential matchups this opens up. Roman vs. Cody is obviously the main course, but what about Roman vs. GUSO? The emotional weight of that match would be incredible. What about Roman vs. Seth Rollins? Their history runs deep, and a reunion feud would be money. What about Roman vs. Gunther? Imagine the Tribal Chief versus the Ring General in a battle of two dominant champions. The possibilities are endless, and WWE has enough content here for the entire year. But here's what worries me. WWE has a history of starting strong and fumbling the finish. Remember how The Fiend was built up as unstoppable and then got squashed by Goldberg? Remember how Kofi Kingston's title reign ended in seconds to Brock Lesnar? Remember how Bray Wyatt lost to Randy Orton at WrestleMania after months of supernatural build-up? WWE is notorious for great starts and disappointing endings. So the question is, can they stick the landing with this Roman Reigns return? Real talk, do you trust WWE to book this storyline properly? Yes or no in the comments. I want to see how confident you all are. The wrestling business is different now than it was when Roman dominated. AEW is legitimate competition. Wrestlers have more options than ever. Fans are more vocal about what they want to see. The landscape has changed. So Roman coming back and trying to reassert dominance in 2025 is a completely different challenge than his reign from 2020 to 2024. Can he adapt? Can his character evolve? Or is this going to feel like a retread of something we've already seen? Here's another layer to consider: Paul Heyman. Where's the wise man in all of this? Roman and Heyman were inseparable for years. Heyman was the voice of the Tribal Chief. He was the mouthpiece of the Empire. But reports have been swirling that Heyman is working with other talent now. So is this mystery partner a replacement for Heyman? Is Roman moving on from the wise man? Or is this all part of a bigger plan that eventually brings Heyman back into the fold? The conspiracy theorist in me thinks this is all leading to a massive WrestleMania moment. Roman's return at the start of the year, building momentum through winter and spring, culminating in the biggest match possible at WrestleMania. But against who? Cody Rhodes already beat Roman at WrestleMania. We've seen that match. We've seen that story. So who's left? The Rock? Everyone's been clamoring for Roman versus Rock, but is The Rock actually coming back? CM Punk? He's on Raw, but a brand jump isn't impossible. John Cena? He's in his farewell tour, and a match with Roman would be perfect. Or here's a wild idea: what if Roman's mystery partner is actually being positioned as his WrestleMania opponent? What if this whole thing is about Roman building someone up to eventually tear them down? What if the partner betrays Roman, setting up a massive singles match at WrestleMania? That would be classic WWE storytelling: build a partnership, tease tension, explosive breakup, huge match. The promo Roman cut after the lights came back on was chilling. He stood there, his mystery partner behind him, and delivered this message: for 4 years, I carried this company on my back. I made SmackDown must-see TV. I made WWE relevant again. And what did you all do? You turned on me. You cheered for my family to abandon me. You celebrated when I lost my title. But I'm not angry. I'm grateful. Because now I know exactly who my enemies are. And I'm back to eliminate them one by one. That's not the promo of a babyface. That's not even the promo of a traditional heel. That's the promo of a man who believes he's right and everyone else is wrong. Roman genuinely thinks he's the victim in all of this. He thinks he was wronged. He thinks he deserves everything he's coming back for. And that's what makes this character so compelling. He's not evil for the sake of being evil. He's a complex character with motivations we can almost understand. Quick poll: should Roman Reigns be a heel or a face with this new storyline? Drop your vote below. The in-ring action during his return was minimal, but the statement was maximum. After his promo, Cody tried to respond, but before he could get 3 words out, the mystery partner struck. Super kick out of nowhere. Cody dropped like a rock. Roman didn't even flinch. He just stood there, watching, as his partner stood over Cody's fallen body. Then they both raised their arms in unison, a symbol that this partnership is real, it's dangerous, and it's here to stay. Security rushed the ring, but Roman and his partner were already backing up the ramp. The image of them standing at the top of the stage, arms raised, while chaos erupted in the ring below, that's the image WWE wanted burned into our brains. That's the image that'll be on promotional posters for months. That's the image that sells tickets and subscriptions. Now let's get into the business side of this, because that matters too. Roman Reigns is a massive draw. His merchandise flies off the shelves. His appearances boost attendance. His matches trend on social media. WWE knows this. They've seen the metrics. So bringing Roman back, especially with this mystery angle, is a calculated business decision designed to spike interest and drive revenue. And you know what? It's working. The ratings for that SmackDown episode were the highest they've been in months. But here's the criticism: is WWE too reliant on Roman Reigns? Are they so dependent on one star that they can't build anyone else to his level? What happens when Roman actually retires? Who fills that void? These are legitimate questions that WWE has to answer. You can't build a company around one person forever. Eventually, that person leaves, and you're left scrambling. Some fans are concerned that this Roman return buries the younger talent who have been getting pushed in his absence. LA Knight was gaining momentum. Austin Theory was rebuilding his character. Grayson Waller was getting opportunities. Now that Roman's back, do those guys get pushed aside again? Does Roman's return mean they're back to opening matches and catering duty? WWE has to balance giving Roman the spotlight while still developing the next generation. Here's a theory I haven't seen anyone else mention. What if this mystery partner is actually multiple people? What if Roman is building a stable, and the hooded figure changes from week to week? One week it's one person, next week it's someone else. That would keep the mystery alive longer and allow Roman to build a faction even bigger than the Bloodline. Imagine Roman with 4 or 5 top-tier wrestlers all doing his bidding. That would be an unstoppable force. The backstage interviews after the show were revealing. Cody Rhodes was furious but professional. He promised to find the perfect partner and shut down Roman's return before it even gets started. Kevin Owens was asked his thoughts, and he gave a cryptic answer about watching with interest. Sami Zayn looked nervous when Roman's name came up, clearly worried about being a target. The Usos refused to comment, walking away when asked about their former tribal chief. Everyone's reactions tell a story. What WWE has done brilliantly is created uncertainty. We don't know who's safe, who's a target, who might join Roman, or who might stand against him. That uncertainty creates drama. It creates investment. It makes us tune in every week because we can't miss what happens next. And that's the sign of great wrestling storytelling. Who do you think is most at risk from Roman's revenge tour? Drop a name in the comments. The social media reaction has been absolutely insane. Within an hour of the show ending, Roman Reigns was trending #1 worldwide on Twitter. Within 2 hours, there were fan theories, video breakdowns, and speculation videos all over YouTube. Within a day, wrestling news sites had published dozens of articles analyzing every frame of the return. This is the kind of buzz WWE dreams of, and they got it without even revealing who the mystery partner is yet. The smart money says the reveal happens at the premium live event, probably after Roman and his partner win the tag match. That would be the perfect moment, right when Roman earns his championship shot. He reveals his secret weapon. The crowd would explode. The internet would melt down, and WWE would have their WrestleMania main event set up perfectly. But what if the mystery partner isn't impressive? What if we've all hyped ourselves up for months, and then it's revealed to be someone underwhelming? That's the risk WWE is taking with this angle. The longer they wait, the higher the expectations become. Eventually, almost no reveal will satisfy everyone. Unless it's literally The Rock, Brock Lesnar, or someone absolutely massive, some fans will be disappointed. That's just the reality of mystery booking. However, I have faith they've thought this through. WWE wouldn't bring Roman back with this much fanfare if they didn't have a solid plan. They know the eyes of the wrestling world are on them. They know this storyline needs to deliver. So whoever this mystery partner is, it has to be someone who makes sense, someone who adds value, and someone who justifies all this buildup. My personal prediction? The mystery partner is someone we never would have expected to turn heel. Someone beloved by the fans, someone with a clean babyface image, someone whose turn will genuinely shock people. That's the only way this works. If it's someone we all suspect might turn heel anyway, the impact is lessened. But if it's someone completely unexpected, that's magic. The coming weeks are going to be crucial. WWE has to maintain the momentum. They can't let this fizzle out. Every week needs a new development, a new clue, or a new angle that progresses the story. The tag match next week is just the beginning. After that, we need escalation. Stakes need to increase. Tension needs to build. By the time we get to the championship match, the anticipation should be at a fever pitch. One last thing before I wrap this up: Roman's return also opens up dream matches we thought we'd never see. Roman vs. Seth Rollins one more time. Roman vs. Kevin Owens in a proper feud. Roman vs. Sami Zayn with real heat. Roman vs. LA Knight in a battle of alpha males. Roman vs. Gunther in a champion vs. champion match. The possibilities make my head spin. WWE has booking options for literally the entire year based on just Roman's return alone. So here's my final take: Roman Reigns returning with a mystery partner is either genius or disastrous, and we won't know which until this plays out. If WWE books this correctly, we're looking at the storyline of the year. If they fumble it, we're looking at wasted potential and angry fans. I'm cautiously optimistic because the setup has been perfect so far. But WWE has to stick the landing. Now I want to hear from you. Are you excited about Roman's return? Are you skeptical? Do you think the mystery partner will be worth the wait? Who do you want it to be? Who do you think it will be? Sound off in the comments below because I read every single one, and I love hearing your theories and opinions. The Tribal Chief is back. The mystery deepens. And we're all along for the ride whether we like it or not. SmackDown just became must-see TV again, and that's exactly what WWE wanted. Roman Reigns remains the most polarizing, most compelling, and most important figure in professional wrestling today. This return proves it. And whoever his mystery partner is, they're about to become one of the most talked about wrestlers in the entire industry. The game has changed. The chess pieces are moving, and Roman Reigns is 5 steps ahead of everyone else, just like always. Welcome back to the island of relevancy. Acknowledge him.